Yes, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursdays we don't play, we vibe, we dance, and we take you to that familiar place you haven't been in a while through music. We're all about classic vibes for your preference. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Throwback Thursday.
Yes, as you all know, that Thursdays is our old school day, guys. I am super duper excited about this. Yes, the day we hook you up nicely with, timeless music from way back and give you that absolutely awesome TV experience.
I know, right? And I'm usually sentimental on Thursdays, guys. Trust me. Our lineup will get you super excited. And we want you to come aboard this afternoon by tweeting to us at TVC Connect with the hashtag eSplash on TVC. And you could call us as well. Yes, the numbers are right there on the screen, I'm sure. Now to catch in on all the thrills and excitement of today, join us on your internet-enabled devices. Just go to our website. It's tvcentertainment.tv. Et voila, you see our beautiful faces. Well, lovely faces because of this one. My name is Paula, guys, and like I always say, welcome aboard.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is Roy Ines and it's Flaness. I go by your name, King OJ, but you can call me OJ. It is what it is. That's what it is.
But you are beautiful.
Troublesome.
Your face is beautiful. A guy can be beautiful.
Yes, right?
It's okay.
Yeah. I like your shirt, OJ.
I know, right?
You're troublesome and beautiful, apparently.
I like the way you let your hair down, OJ.
Wow.
Let me thanks me, God. Okay, just move on.
Okay, guys, it's the Joy in the Crown. It's the host of the Mills. Yes, it's your girlfriend next door. My name is Honeypot. And today on the show, there is entertainment news coming out very soon. Celebrity birthday shout-outs, and then Rewind, where we'll take you through a quick history lesson of today in entertainment history.
Right after that, I'll take us over to the Tweetville corner for some humor and savagery from social media.
Alrighty, then Where Are They Now comes up right after, where you will find out what your favorite Nigerian artists from way back are up to these days.
Later, we'll do some ranting on the tweet of segments, then bring you a recap of all that you missed in the news. Then on Daily Top 5, we will be talking about Top 5 hairstyles inspired by musicians. Right after that, a very special guest will join us on the show. So let's get the show started already. eSplash will be back after this break. Stay here with us.
Yes.
Like, are you rapturable? Did you
our
hear
director
that?
said, are you rapturable?
Oh my God, I heard that. Are you rapturable? Did you see that video? Like somebody
Because
was going
hallelujah,
to,
and
it's
then
like,
you are
la
saying
da la
before
da la da la da.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That was Dr. Alban with Hallelujah.
Yes.
There.
But did you hear the way I did not say ladder. Ladder, 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 no.
Our Lord Jesus is a ladder.
Are you shading a
Ladder.
tribe?
Okay.
Follow the ladder. It's all right.
Follow the ladder. Guys, we are back.
Hey, God.
Away from that mess over there. Oh, that's going on there. Guys, it's time for entertainment news. Let's begin with this one. Cassie gets engaged to Alex Fine. American singer Cassie is now engaged to her boyfriend Alex Fine. The singer, who is pregnant, said yes to a celebrity trainer boyfriend when he popped the question in a romantic cowboy-themed desert proposal. Now, Cassie, who just celebrated her 33rd birthday with pictures of her baby bump, shared a video of the proposal with the caption, "My favorite day ever, hashtag Mrs. Fine 824. Now, Alex Fine also shared pictures of the engagement with the caption, "This moment will always be so special to me. I get to marry my best friend in the whole world. How am I so lucky?" This engagement comes almost a year after Cassie ended her decade-long relationship with music mogul Diddy and started dating the trainer.
Girls are what? Girls are what?
Girls are what?
How?
So social media went crazy when there were pictures of this engagement saying every Diddy in your life. But
No, are you sure those are not Nigerians?
yeah, Nigerians, mostly Nigerians, every Diddy in your life, because they felt Diddy wasted Cassie's time.
Yes.
And it's not. So that means, was Cassie doing something with the trainer even when she
they were
was with
dating?
Diddy? Because right now she's pregnant ASAP before a year. Engagement, pregnant.
So there are a few possible interpretations of this,
So
right?
girls are what?
No, don't
let me
conclude. Don't
explain.
judge. Don't conclude
So
yet.
there's this show Honeypot and I follow, and there's someone on Ijinimai.
Okay.
And she had always said, so she was married for I think about 10 years or so, and she had always said she didn't want to have kids. And her husband apparently agreed and hopped on the ride with her. But down the line they got a divorce, and news had it that it was because of that. And shortly after, say like 6 months after he had moved on, he's expecting a second baby if the baby hasn't even come already now. Now, this all happened, I think, last year.
Yeah.
Now, I think there are a couple of interpretations. So it's possible to say Diddy wasted her time, you were with her, you didn't wife her, she got someone else. Or it's possible to say she agreed to stay with him that long and not get married. And then when she wanted to have something more
Serious.
committed or something more serious, then she opted out or, you left him, whatever, and got with Alex.
So I totally agree with you, Foladele, because there are some times that in some relationships that you define what your relationship is with that person. So in the Nigerian parlance, it might just be understanding they're doing. So you know that, well, we're just, we're
just
being
doing ourselves. Let's do ourselves.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. Just wow. Woo. Okay. Wow. They're just being intimate.
Yeah.
So
let's use
now,
that word.
and then there is that freedom that if you want to get married or you want to get pregnant, you're free to go. It could be so many times you're quick to judging others or concluding.
Should I just chip this in that
Chip it in.
Didi got this trainer for Cassie, right?
He did. That one is true. And I think that's partly why
Girls are what?
Wait.
No.
I think that's why OJ was making that point. Because I feel like, low-key, I mean, if you need to move on, move on with someone that...
There's not...
But Didi congratulated them
Definitely.
when the news of the baby
Definitely.
So it depends on how Didi sees it. If
And
Didi is cool with it,
relationship,
if Didi is cool with it, who are you, OJ? Who exactly are
In the
you?
grand scheme of things, OJ, who you be for the fame?
What's your pedigree?
Should I call Didi in your presence right now?
Oh, please.
OJ, I will kneel down.
Why don't we go on the break?
Okay, guys, let's move on. So Ed Sheeran announces break from music. British singer Ed Sheeran has revealed it will be taking an extended break from music. He made this announcement during the end of his world tour in his preach, where he said, "As you may or not know, I have been on the Divide tour for over 2 years now, and this is the last day of the whole thing. I want to say thank you to everyone on this tour. Thank you to everyone who has given me a chance. This is my last song. I wrote this when I was 15 years old. See you in a few years' time. Thank you." According to reports, Ed Sheeran's decision to take an extended break from music is driven by his desire to spend more time at home with his wife, Cherry Seaborn, whom he married in December 2018, and to potentially start a family. All right, so that's a good enough reason, right?
Yeah. We were talking yesterday about how touring is a big deal abroad,
them,
and he's
yeah.
been, for one album, for the Divide album, he's been touring for 3 years, fam. But, and Ed Sheeran, I mean, I've been following him since, I think like 2010 or so, when he first did 18, that first album. And so I know he's been on the road for years, he's been in the studio for years, he writes for people, and of course he makes his own music as well. So, I mean, there comes a time where you have to
Take a break?
Yeah, but you have to know what, and it's your call, it's your life. So if you want to take a break, enjoy. And he got married, what, was it last year?
Last year.
And he has, I don't feel like, I mean, you've been touring, you haven't really had time to spend
For your
with...
family.
Some people take their family on
It's
tour.
time to make little Ed Sheeran babies.
Yeah, well, it's true because, sometimes some people don't even know how to balance it.
Yeah.
So they think that the workload is so much and they don't even have a life, even when you have a family. So if you're finding it very difficult, you might just look at what he's doing, and it might just be that you should take a cue from Ed Sheeran and take a break.
Yeah.
There is no, it's not a bad idea to always take a break sometimes when
Yes.
you can't figure things out. It is always good to go refresh and then you come back rejuvenated.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
this
just the best
advice
thing.
doesn't work for Nigerian artists. So it works there because of their structure.
But we
They can take a break.
cashing
They
out.
can take a break, still cashing out, and you come back and take your place back. But in Nigeria, if you snooze, you lose.
It's true though, I can't even deny that.
It's not with everybody. So we know some people
It's
who
only-
took break and
it's
came
only-
back
it's
and
only-
it worked for them.
In Nigeria, I can say it's only
LD.
two Baba that has that grace.
Even LD, if he comes
I think
They can come back now.
yes, if
I
he comes
think
back now.
I think MI has that grace. There are just few people that have that grace in Nigerian music industry. That
And
can
this
go.
grace we're talking about,
You can go, come
I think
back.
comfortably, that grace, I feel like it's only to Baba that comes to mind now. Comfortably.
Like you can go,
Because
come back,
even
jump
MI
on that
came
song,
back and
still
there are some
catch up.
things that people are like...
But for Ladele and OJ, I would like people to also know that you don't have to be scared and think that when you come back, things are not working. So Neto C told me something. He said that he always knew that he would not do music the whole time. So he knew that he wanted to concentrate on his family, at some point. And I like the fact that he's just a responsible father, teaching his children how to use the potty, doing all of the father, duty. And it's just so wonderful. So, well, you might just tell yourself that maybe this will not be the thing for you forever.
Yes.
And then other things to do, even if that is not going to start working for you at the end of the day when you return to it.
I think having a
definitely.
plan is everything, Sha.
Yes.
Having a plan.
And family is key, so don't joke with your family, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Oh, deep, OJ.
What you want, deeps?
Chef, no.
Briefly. Wrapping up our story, Meek
did they
Mill's
find you?
12-year legal case is over. 12 years after American rapper Meek Mill was arrested on gun and drug charges, his criminal case has officially ended. Meek Mill pleaded guilty to misdemeanor firearm charge in Philadelphia when he prompted the prosecutors to dismiss all remaining counts against him, and the judge imposed no further penalty. The rapper took to his Twitter page to thank his supporters after it was revealed that he's no longer on probation. He wrote, and I quote, "I'm extremely grateful that my long legal battle is finally behind me, and I appreciate that it has sparked a much-needed discussion about probation reform and the inequalities that exist within our two Americas." He further went on to express his gratitude to all his supporters, especially Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, Michael Rubin, his legal team, and everyone else who stood by him throughout the years. He then concluded, adding, "It's important that we now channel our energy into helping the millions that are unjustly trapped in our criminal justice system. Hashtag justice for millions. Hashtag reform." So Meek Mill finally, it's like throughout this.
Saying that he was part of the people who were unjustly.
Yeah, because the case,
Okay.
the
But he
case,
pleaded guilty, fam.
yeah, the case back then, it was with the gun, but he didn't shoot, and they ended up beating him.
And you're in gun possession, a land that allows gun possession.
Yeah, but they ended up beating him, locking him up. He didn't fire the gun,
Yeah.
but it was with the gun. So that's what the fight was for. He didn't do anything, he didn't commit any harm, but it was with the gun.
Why he pleaded guilty in the first place? I mean, when you
So
know
that's
that
where
you didn't
the
do it.
reform is coming in right now. Yes, they said this battle is over for Meek Mill. People have been shouting free Meek, free Meek. He even got in trouble again last 2018, 2017.
Yes.
He was driving a bike.
I
It was
remember, yes.
always in and out, probation here, probation there. But right now, it's totally free. And of course, it's part of people fighting for this reform for, especially for the blacks.
Yes,
And Jay-Z has been like a mouthpiece for all of this.
A lot of them,
going through.
yeah. Even the one that had the 21 Savage,
Yeah.
you know, speaks up for them.
So there is this thing Waje has always said, you know how you know you've been in trouble and you're supposed to stay off it. But no,
bless you, I was
you
going
still
to-
go and strike the match and then the thing
See,
will still catch fire at the end of the day.
American rappers and guns, they're like this. They are always together. So you can't. It's hard to separate them.
So I feel like the tweets should have been something, like it should have addressed something different. Because you still defaulted
Hashtag prison
like
reform.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
bro.
there's that. Yeah, you can talk about prison reforms because I do think that there needs to be more thought that goes into what you do with people when they are in prison. However, I feel like maybe taking some responsibility as well in the tweets
It's
could have
doing-
also
it's
worked.
doing that already.
How?
Well.
How?
Free Meek.
Anyway, Meek has been
Free
freed.
Meek.
Meek has been freed, though. Happy for Meek.
Free Meek in your mind.
I like that. Physically, he has been freed. For like, free Meek in your mind. Okay, well, that's it on the entertainment news, guys. It's time for celebrity birthday shout-outs. So, happy birthday to the following people. Singer and actress Leah Michelle. She turns 33 today, and she's most popular for her role as the annoying, very annoying, Rachel Berry on Glee. Remember? Yeah. Oh my goodness, she was so annoying. And of course, there was a tragic thing that happened with her boyfriend on the show and in real life. Yeah. All right, here in Nigeria, Shifi Omoefe of Star Plus is also celebrating, as well as
Happy
actress
birthday.
Opeyemi Ayeola. She's also
Happy
celebrating
birthday.
today. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, guys. And I have a shout out.
Okay.
Philadri. Happy birthday. You know Philadri now?
Yeah, the singer.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Philadri. Happy birthday, everyone else celebrating out there today. Have a wonderful day and wonderful celebration.
And finally,
Yes.
And of course, we have Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Posthumous birthday.
He would have been 61 today.
Yes,
so that's
it would have been
fantastic.
61 today. And I must say that irrespective of, all of the things going on, right, left, center, backward, that, all of the allegations, I want to say that Michael Jackson is still a very unique and wonderful musician.
Yes,
I mean, somebody we can't forget. And his time does not even come like every time. You don't see his time every time. It comes once in a while. And it was way ahead of his time.
Singer,
Oh my God.
performer, fashion icon, so many things.
And there was no social media then. There was no Michael Jackson fans. There was no.
You guys, if they I think one day we need to.
And it's so
I can
much.
count on one hand celebrities or musicians that you go to the deepest inner parts of Lagos, of Nigeria, of Akwa Ibom of Ondo
They
State.
do not-
And they know Michael
You know
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Like, it happens with Sean Paul, people like that. Like, how do people know you
So
in
the
those
reason
places?
I said that, well, music is something that travels far first.
Yes.
Then two, there are people that you can't compare others to, like you cannot compare them to others, I meant. So, you know, you're talking about Michael Jackson, you're talking Bob Marley, you're
Yes.
talking Fela.
Yes.
There are people that, no, just leave them. Like, and they come once in like how many generations?
It was
God knows.
it was crazy one weekend where they were they put Michael Jackson and Beyonce retweet for Michael Jackson. Like
excuse me.
people were like,
Yeah.
do not. Whoever started this thing, that person is just.
Maybe they did Michael
not
Jackson
well.
and Wizkid, and I'm like, yeah, y'all have
Yeah, that's just looking for trouble.
Anyway, later on in the show, we'll do a proper tribute where you guys will get to take a look. So for people watching who don't know who Michael Jackson is,
Oh my God.
I hope not, because off your TV now. But yeah, of course, we'll take a look at, you know, his life and times later on in the
I
show.
do not think that anybody is watching and would not know Michael Jackson. But I know that people can be very lazy these days because, you know, you say some things on radio and they're like asking you, who is the person? I told you about Samuel Akitola that I was talking about. There's somebody. I said, okay, because they don't teach history any longer.
Yeah, true,
We
true.
need to do better. All right, up next is Rewind. Take a look to find out some major events that happen in the world.
Guys, so we're going to be tweaking things a little right now because we have a special guest in the studio, and I don't know where she's running to, but it's okay. We'll talk to her now. She is such a fantastic singer. When you talk about top two, or let me not cause trouble, let me say top 5 singers in Nigeria, female especially, her name comes up right at the top. Honestly, so many people have argued, is she a better singer than this one, that? It's okay. She sure can sing, and we like her like that. And, you know, she has a forthcoming concert, and she's going to be telling us all about it, and of course, as well as many other things. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio with us is Waje.
Hey, Waje! Thank you so much for coming on the show today. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you
well
for having
done.
me. Thank
Because I
you.
went through your Instagram post and I see that you've been doing a lot of
Yes.
videos.
Like, I am exhausted.
It's only red velvet that is on your page.
Yeah, anybody that wants to use their mouth to insult Beyonce near me, the cost, I request them. Because just this one where they do on my body, don't they?
Okay, so Waje, let's talk about this. So I'll start with how you said you were going to take a break the other time. So we just talked about Ed Sheeran here, and Ed Sheeran was talking
You know,
about...
strangely, when I saw it, because I was in the reception,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
watching, and I was like, okay, so y'all didn't kill him, right? Oh, did he die? Did anybody die?
Yeah, it's true. So, you know, he's taking a break to just face his family, and then you were talking about how frustrated you were at some point, and then you thought you were going to just take a break, and people had a lot of things to say about this. Now, coming back to do, you know, this concert, Red Velvet, I mean, what's prompted it? What made you think, okay, I should get up, you know, when you fall down, and then you just
Yeah.
want to get up and then just dust yourself and then
So
move on?
the truth about it is, you know, after that video and I saw the way people accepted, like the reaction more like, and I had to, my team and I moved to a new team, you know, like a new management, and you know, they were just all vibing and talking, and at the point I was like, I had already started doing interior. I had a few houses I was working on decorating in Ikoyi. I'd already moved on, and you know, that was where my mind was. And in all fairness, they were like, Waje, you can't have that kind of reaction to people who listen to your music, because the truth about it is that you've been a bit distant from your fans. Yeah, you've been doing things, you've been on The Voice, you've been doing 1 or 2 things here, but your fans don't know what you're doing. So you're here, your fans are here, and you can't just come out and say, oh, nobody supported or nobody listened to your music when your fans are actually not in, you know, don't have, you know,
A one-on-one connection with you.
one-on-one access to what you're doing, following your journey and all of that. So first of all, I take that back.
Wait, say it again. Say it again. Let them hear.
How do I, dear fans
Yes.
of mine,
Yes, continue.
people that love me,
Yeah.
I would want to say, honestly, I do apologize. You know, we as creatives, sometimes we're so sucked in to the work and we lose track of, you know, what keeps us going. And you guys have really been supportive.
I agree with that, by the way.
Yeah, so I really apologize for that. And I don't take it back, because it helped me kind of reevaluate. And you always, the only thing that's constant in life is change. You have to always look for ways to reinvent yourself and your brand. And I think that's why the Red Velvet
apology
is
accepted,
and we love you.
Thank you. I like your team, and I like what they did. I think it's important to have a a great team around you.
Yeah.
But for those watching who are trying to blow in a sense, can you shed more light on the right team, having the right team, and what that does for your career?
So the right team is someone who believes in you and what you can do, not someone who believes in what they believe should be done.
Right. Okay.
You understand? Because you can't sell what you don't have. We are all creatives and we all have our strengths, you know. But so for me now, let me give you an example. For me, my voice is one of my biggest strengths. When people say, okay, Waje, the first thing you think about is, oh, she can sing. But I did basic ballet in secondary school, so I have the ability to jazz and do all of that.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you don't believe in myself, because me, I go downtown. By the time when I go, don't look my heftiness. I go don't say make una put mic for that, make I sing, do music and tray. You know. So, but that's me, just a team that, I read something that said that you get to a point where you no longer have to explain yourself to the right team. They get it and they move with it. And I feel for so long that's what I lacked, because I work with a team now that they see it in their mind. They're like, oh my God, Waje, your fans need to know that you can do this. So it's not convenient for me. But Fatima will be like, oh yeah, it's time. We've been taking dance lessons for 3 months. Wow. And it's not because tomorrow you just see me on stage now dancing. That's not the point. The point is your mind, your body, you are in control of everything as an entertainer. So that when you're standing there and you're performing, people say, okay, yes, there's something different about this art. And I feel like that's what the right team is about. It's not always about, oh, this is what he's selling. We are all products. You understand? And we have to, our team has to be able to see the product and know the right market to sell it to, unless it's useless.
And that's the kind of dedication that a lot of our artists need to put into their craft. So that's
okay. So talking about artists, when we're talking about Sharon's news, we're like, it's not easy. People go on break out there and they come back, take their spot. It's not easy in Nigeria, in the Nigerian music industry. You might take a break and that's all. It's hard to penetrate.
You know the truth. I think you can't take a break. I think that perception is everything that rules our industry. Let me give you an example. Mercy Johnson, I love her. She was a fantastic actor in her days. And she got married and decided to give herself to her kids and her husband. Now she's back. As long as you work hard and do the work, the people see you do the work. Except there's a perception that's being given by maybe, social media or media in itself. But when you do the work, people accept you.
Do you think that applies to the music industry
in
as well?
Nigeria?
Because in Nigeria, the movie industry and the music industry is slightly different.
If you work hard, honey, if it's a hot song, you do the promotion, right? Because essentially, let's say that I took a break. Come on now. You can as well say I took a break. Yeah. Because even though I was releasing this song, how many people knew I was releasing this song? Do you understand what I'm saying? But the truth is, I think just for Red Velvet, the concert alone, I've worked harder than I've worked in the last 2 years. I literally don't sleep. I'm on top of everything. And I'm like, I'm doing this and I can see the reaction. People are paying attention. So whether I took a break or not, the truth is people know, okay, there's Waje, okay, this is what she's doing. Let's check it out.
Okay, now let's talk about Red Velvet.
Yes,
so, you talked about doing dance rehearsals and all that, and then you talked about the basic ballet that you did a while ago, interesting stuff.
I'm too old for that now, honey.
So the Red Velvet now, I learned that it's going to be in form of burlesque. So
it's a burlesque concert. Okay, so I'm very artistic by nature. I love music, I love art. People that have mentored me over the years, dead or alive, are the Whitney Houstons and the Fellas. And it was not just about their music, it was the art that surrounded their music. So I thought, while I was on break, I was doing quite a number of stage plays. And I thought, you know what? See, my experience with theater and my experience with music, let me create something that is very auditory and visual at the same time. So it's not just the usual Waje who's going to stand there and serenade you, but I'm putting more thought into it to give you an experience, So that's really what the Red Velvet
And I read again that it is new to Nigerian entertainment.
It is. What I'm doing, actually, I'll be honest, I haven't seen it done here. I haven't watched it. Where I got the inspiration from the first time was when I traveled to Paris. and I'm not doing it in that scale.
Okay.
But this is going to be a concert that's going to happen every year, and the vision as well is to create platforms where other artists who are alternative sort of can flourish. So this year is kicking off with me, but next year could be somebody else.
All right, I love it, love it, love it, love it.
Wow.
Who said anything about a break? She's back, baby. Yeah, and it's going to be an annual something.
For that, I will dash you my shot because
You heard it your face. All right, guys, we'll take a break now. We're back, of course, to talk more with Waje, but we're going to be throwing it back, so we're not even doing recent songs. We're going to be throwing it back. Oh yeah, now let's go. She was like, I'm like, we're going to be doing old videos. She's like, bring it on. And then immediately her face showed in that video. No.
this was where you were going to throw it back to now. You'd have told me, you'd have
Don't believe yourself.
one more.
That neck is all I'm on. I can't even.
First of all, in that video, somebody probably lied to me.
That you were killing it.
No, it was
That was Beyonce or something. Like some
at
Sasha
that point.
Fierce.
No, at that point you were. I mean, in your mind you were
No,
fierce.
see, in my don't try me. In that place, I was winning platinum. Then that black makeup, I don't know where.
Why you did?
Gothic. What year was this?
Tell us about that look. What was going on in your
You know, you have to be creative. You have to have that
Let me
gothic
tell
look.
you, at that point in my life, I used to listen a lot to Rihanna.
That's the problem.
So remember Disturbia.
Oh.
But you know when you now pray for, you want Disturbia, but you are paying
for
for.
what you get.
So it's the shawuru that I gave you before.
But now disturbing.
I gave you before the shawuru. Don't Disturbia. You will manage it like that.
Okay, so YJ, happy birthday in advance. I know that September the 1st is your birthday, and your concert is on that day.
Yes.
So, I know that some people just like it when they're celebrating something and tie something to it. I wonder why it is your birthday that you have decided to have this concert.
Well, so the concert was supposed to be earlier, but because we didn't have, we wanted enough time to plan, just because of how the concept of it, I didn't want things rushed, and I thought, what better day to put than towards the end of something that closes summer.
Okay.
And then my birthday is on the 1st, so I was like, hey, I might as well. And I've really never celebrated my birthday, so this is like.
All right, and Johnny Drill's performing Good Girl LA.
And Adekunle Gold, by the way.
How did you select this lineup? Because I love it, by the way. It's quite diverse in its own way.
Yes, it is actually. So some of them we worked on some of the songs on the Red Velvet concert together. Album,
yeah, yeah.
Adekunle and Johnny are on the But for other artists, I love Kalini. I love her music. I love what she represents. I think she's such a strong female, and I like that she's growing into her own. So I wanted people to see that side of her. I met this young lady who I watched perform on one of the industry nights that I attended, Good Girl LA, and I was blown away.
Goodness.
Her control of the crowd, her confidence. I was just like, I'm learning from this kid. So I said, no, I want you to perform on my show as well.
So I must say that, Waje, you are really humble. And when people talk about, how you relate with other what's it called now, female artists, they say it is fantastic. Now, sometimes people have not met you, but they hear stuff about you. And sometimes people can actually just, read who you are from just seeing you and haven't have met you and all that. So I think this is really fantastic with what you have said, that you just looked at this young lady and you felt, oh, this girl. And then you
because
can
the
learn from
truth is, there's growth in numbers. We've gone at those days when you thought you could do it alone. You understand what I'm saying? You have Yemi Alade and Tiwa, they're breaking into the international market, and they are opening more doors for other females in this part. In those days, it wasn't like that. It was.
That's a great way to look at it, by the way. Not as competition, but as
competition.
You're paving the way for people to pay attention to us.
The focus is on females who are breaking boundaries in Africa. Your name comes up one way or the other in conversations. You're like, okay, how do I work with, how many people have, I saw something on Instagram where Wale the rapper said, who do I feature on my next track? And people were tagging me. Why? Because people are opening conversations about the female musicians in this industry because of what other women are doing. So there's growth in numbers. Competition is good, but it has to be healthy.
Okay, before we wrap up this interview, what should we expect on that day?
You will lift leg.
That's not mommy going to do. I say, see me where I split. I said, mommy, please. That's your script. I didn't write it.
And it is not happening.
It ain't happening. But what to expect, guys? It's my birthday. This will be the best birthday present anyone can give me, just to come and see me perform for you. I've been working so hard. It's a fun, flirty, energetic event that
I like flirty.
Yeah, I'm a fine woman. So yes, and it's your Waje, guys.
Aww.
It's your Waje.
And you said tables are sold out.
Yes, tables have, like,
Wow.
I'm literally having, I don't know what to do. I'm in a fix right now because, you know, our tables are literally sold out, but we still have regular tickets for people who still want to watch. And it's not even about the segregation of tables, blah, blah, blah. Everybody there is going to have a fantastic time. There's great food. I want it to be an experience. So it's not just come and sit down and, oh, you watch me. You gave me your money, you gave me your time. So
I'll give
it's
you
going to be
something.
worth it.
And please, when this, I believe that it will be successful.
Yes.
Please just continue like this because we attend events and then you have paid VVVIP.
Yes.
Should you be early to
Even regular, they have. Oh,
You'll
yes.
be early, Abby.
5 o'clock red carpet, 7 o'clock
Show
concert starts. It literally starts
Nice.
because we have to learn to make certain changes, and the only way is to do it. I watched Asha do it, and I was wowed by that. And I'm like,
Faust
if she
too.
can do it, I'm gonna do it. And
Yeah.
Faust did it, and if
Yes.
he did it, I'm gonna do it.
Nice.
So that's what it's going to be. 7 o'clock,
Well
don't be
done.
late.
How can Waje come here and I will not hear her voice, her singing voice? Ah, God. She not tell me she has been rehearsing and she has lost her voice. OJ.
No, she's not saying that too.
Okay, because I mean, Waje, what's up?
Why? Yeah.
Waje, before we have to go, but before we go,
What we
if
should,
it's one or two lines
bless,
of this sweet
bless.
voice that I hyped.
and the thing we should expect.
This is why I hyped
on that
you.
day.
Because,
Even if it is saying something to her in that voice.
Hey.
Like telling her, want yourself.
One is no, they try me.
Okay, oh, for putting me on the spot. One thing where I go tell you, now say my heart is with me, for that you do, for supporting. So please be there on the 1st of September.
Wow.
That's my concert. Thank you very much.
Hey God. Hey
Thank
God.
you so much, Waje, for coming on the show.
Thank you
made
for
my
having
day
me.
already.
Thank you guys.
Wow.
You guys are amazing.
Wow.
Thank you so much. And to you guys watching, thank you for waiting. Now come back in. Thank you.
I'm drooling, but I'm straight, I promise. But I'm crying. Guys, thank you so much for coming, Waje, and wish you all the best.
Thank
1st of
you.
September.
Appreciate
We'll be
it.
there, we'll be there. All right, guys, on that note, it is time for us to move it swiftly along on the show. But stick around, guys. Before we wrap up the first half, it will be time for Tweetville very shortly.
Oh.
Yes, it's time for Tweetville, where we bring you all the savagery, humor, and craziness on social media. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes, we are always ready.
Let's do this. So somebody put up a picture with, yeah, like heart
My
state.
chest.
My chest is burning. I'm dead. So when I click submit payment, you know when we do online transfers, so then check my accounts, like, damn, they really took it. Like, you know, yeah, this money that I want to
I'm on
send.
this table.
So I just, and this money has gone like that. Oh.
I know you are.
Why can't? At times it's always like, should it go and the money will still be in my account?
Yeah.
No, it's just
I
crazy,
am
man.
so unstable. So you have sent the money. You know that you have sent the money, but you're expecting a miracle to just happen. That the money
It
will
went
go,
to,
but it will
it's still be in my
remain.
account. So my chest, let my money come back.
My chest killed me.
So what do we have next? This from Troublemaker, and this is Gucci Branch. If you know this guy from them, Zlatan, you know they arrested Zlatan Mali. So this is that guy that people have been using as a meme, putting him on different kind of clothes. He has Gucci Branch. So somebody put up this tweet. I'm sorry. When you enter a CAC church, but you don't see
My
AC.
God. What
got
a
it?
rhyme.
CAC church, you don't see AC.
I can think of
Punchline.
one Nigerian rapper who can use this punchline, but I won't say it.
Wow.
Which rapper?
Can you move on?
But it's a mad punchline now.
But really, cannot
I
they
get
do this?
No, you can't.
Because I actually listened
It's a mad
closely
punchline.
to Olamide's lyrics and some things and said, don't be like Whitney that
they
didn't
all do it.
died. Something, and I'm like, I have not even been
No, it's a mad punchline though.
Mad.
When you enter the CAC church, you know CAC. I drop mic like, okay, moving on. So this is a picture of Will Smith, and somebody put up this. Professor is asking, what inspired you to write this essay? And me.
Did you date fam?
You said we should submit today. So why are you asking me what inspired me to write? I have to submit. It's the due date.
I think he was expecting, this thesis, what inspired it? Oh,
Like, I dreamt of it and the inspiration came from... Yeah. No. My guy, you give me F9. It's the due date. That's what I actually did it.
I like Will Smith, but like, obviously, is that there's a due date.
Why are you asking me though? So this is from my Viveka, and she put up this tweet. Someone, this is Viveka, not me. Someone, please explain to me why some Yoruba people pronounce LV as LD.
I want to tell you that it is not only Yoruba people.
Okay, tell Viveka.
So go and sit down somewhere.
It's not me now, it's Viveka. See,
I don't want to know whether it's Viveka or it's
Viveka on Twitter.
You cannot come and be talking about Yoruba people anyhow.
It's Viveka.
But I like what she did. She didn't generalize.
Yes,
because I don't say LD. So she put some. So that's nice.
Okay, wow.
Best way to live. Don't generalize.
So some.
Because my people do say LD. I mean, my
Oh, wow.
LD. Oh, my LD. Oh, LD. Okay.
Well, you know, even the people that can speak English, they still don't go healthy. They go healthy. What's healthy? I beg.
Let's just move on. So wrapping up Tweet's view, this is from Matsana, and she said, being a baby must be traumatizing at times. Imagine going to sleep in your house and you wake up in ShopRite. Like, when I saw this tweet, and I actually imagined it like...
How do people think?
Like a baby. Like you slept on your bed. In your cradle.
And then mommy has thrown you to the...
Then the next moment you are seeing yourself in a crowded place like,
yeah.
that is traumatizing.
That's really cute though. And it's so
And
funny.
the baby should sue. Sorry.
How do people think though? Like,
Yeah,
nobody ever thinks about this.
No,
Yeah.
really, I think so, because I saw another one that is very related to this, and they said that if there is anything that Nigerian mothers do, that is, they wake you from your sleep shouting, making noise.
Yeah, which is traumatizing
It is so
too.
traumatizing, and it can
Yeah,
give you...
true.
But because we just get away with so many things in this part of
agree.
the
You
world.
They're already suing. It's woke.
wow.
2019, people are just woke. I will sue you, mommy, for waking me up. Anyhow, with shout. I'm done.
Oh my God, wow. So it's actually a wrap on the first half of the show. And still to come, guys, we have entertainment news recap for you. Where are they now? We're bringing to you and Daily Top 5. Stay here with us. Madonna the other time, like Madonna has always been stunning, oh my gosh, and then you see Madonna as a little girl.
Yeah,
right
so
there.
cute.
For days. And to imagine that Madonna is 61 this year, you know, she was born in the same year with Michael Jackson and Prince.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
And
like
she's still killing it on stage.
And she's still killing it. Oh my God.
Amazing
Energy.
stuff.
Whoa.
Energy goddess.
Energy goddess.
All right, guys.
We talk about punchline.
We are back. So far, we brought you the news, celebrity birthday shout-outs, rewind, Tweetville, and of course, our guest, Waje, who just left. And we had so much fun with her. Now it's time to chew it off, where in a minute or less, one of us will vent about what is currently bothering her.
Okay, so this is not bothering me as such, but let me talk about it.
Talk about it.
So I don't know if I have discussed this with both of you before, because you know they're my gist.
Yeah, we get
partners.
gist, steady.
So I don't understand when the younger person use endearing words for. I mean, I am a Nigerian. I'm African. Yes, you can say that I am. You know,
Honeypot is a traditional person, traditionalist.
No, somehow it sounds because I was reading the message this morning, and that was even what even brought it to mind. And I think I have to, you know, talk about, because I have something cooking. Like I'm going to have something on YouTube very soon, and then we'll talk about all of these things. So, you know, somebody that you attended the naming ceremony is talking.
Hey, go on. We're listening.
Is talking to you and saying to you that, okay, dear, I don't get it.
Okay, hon.
Are you okay with it?
No, it's weird. I find it weird, so I don't do it.
It's 2009.
No, don't tell me that.
All of you are forming woke now.
But you are not going to tell me certain things, Sha.
Okay, sorry.
Honeypot is, I know someone else in this room that is like that.
No.
Honeypot is very...
Would you like it,
So,
whether you are woke or not?
to be fair, walk on, walk asleep, even like using dear for
You are talking
people
to your grandfather, you are saying dear.
even dear for my mates, I find it weird. Like I find dear just weird.
If you're not so
I
close
get
to
that.
me, like my personal friend, how you can say what's up, because I feel that not everybody can say what's up to me.
Yes.
You don't
Listen,
get.
I'm telling
I take offense.
See, you have discussed this with me before. Don't say you don't know if you have discussed. I know
If you're
this
not
gist.
for Ladele, don't say what's up. You
You-
see me there, you say, what happened to good morning and good afternoon?
You
and
people,
good
I don't even say
afternoon?
what's up to anybody. That's how I do. Like, I know how she is about these things. It's not like she'll kill me if I say it because we're true like that. I know she know like I don't want me person. I don't want.
Or you won't say good morning to me, say morning. Whatever happened to the good? Why
She
you don't
also-
put good there?
Then you now say, nice shirt there.
When we not there,
Go sit down, sir. Go and kneel down.
when we not tell, when I not tell anybody and our producer Chichi that they're like this, they're old women together.
Hold on. Will
Thank
you
you
like
so
it?
much.
Will you like it? Somebody that is 3 years old say, Folalele dear, are you alright?
It's 2019.
Yes,
I'm
Are you-
speaking.
And I know that OJ will not like
I'm
it.
speaking on their behalf. It's 2019.
So you should call your grandfather dear. You say
It's woke. It's woke.
You say
It's been woke.
oh gosh. Like,
Granddaddy dear, you look
For coming.
all right, moving on.
Fake.
Sorry.
It's time for a quick recap of the entertainment.
All right, guys, we started with this one. Cassie gets engaged to Alex Fine.
And of course, Ed Sheeran announces break from music.
Okay, and we told you that McNeil's 12-year legal case is over.
All right, guys, let us know that you're watching the show. This show filled with people who don't like deer. By calling us on the numbers on the screen and tweeting to us at TVC Connect with the hashtag eSplash on TVC. Yes, we are on Instagram as well, and it's the same handle. So we'll take a break now, guys, to jump to some more good music, and we'll be back with more of the show.
There are old school songs and there are old school songs, I must say.
Yep.
And if you're watching the show today, you are the real MVP, and you have to say thank you to us for
Abio,
always
because
putting this together.
is it
for you.
based
We
to
say
the
thank you
playlist
every
for
time
you?
now. Okay, so this is Nell Oliver with a baby girl.
Yeah.
And you know, it's the dream of like almost all the fathers that on the wedding day, they would have a special dance with their daughter, you know, and then they would play this song. And this song is so emotional that there is no how you
I don't like
you
that
play
thing.
Oh, you don't want to cry?
Why? Because you
You
just
don't
want
want
to
to
cry.
cry.
Like,
We
no,
call it
I
hard
don't
guy,
like-
hard guy.
No, we're gangster in my family, gangster. But I think it's just too mushy. You not be looking into each other's eyes. Mommy, lale. Okay, I'm
It is
done.
what I love. It is what I love. I mean, all right, so it's time for Daily Top 5. Remember the days when a particular hairstyle was made popular by a popular individual who rocked it? Well, this just goes to show how much of an influence pop culture has on everyday life. Let's throw it back to those hairstyles made popular by celebrities, and we're going to start with Bob Marley. So Bob Marley's long dreadlocks inspired many hairstyles like dreadlocks and box braids. You could virtually not walk into any hair salon without hearing someone say, I want to make Bob Marley hair. What's so funny about this is that Bob Marley's actual hairstyle was dreadlocks, but somehow we remixed it and made it mean something different here in Nigeria. So that's Bob Marley. Bob Marley. For
This is our Nigerian Bob Marley. Because the actual Bob Marley that you...
It's called dreadlocks.
Yeah, but I feel like...
No, in fact, the Bob Marley, there are different Bob. You know that one used to be very tiny, that people used to go to Cotonou to do, but that, at that time.
Hair business was...
I
and
am
still
telling
is
people
serious
went all
business.
the way in university. You see people go to that place before they come to school. And so, you know, they went all the way to do it. And these big ones, the box ones were also called soul to soul. You remember?
But I think also why maybe it was called Bob Marley was... I feel like maybe it was to describe that it's 1-1. Maybe, 'cause
Maybe.
I'm unable to. Anyway, guys, moving on to the next hairstyle made popular by a celebrity. Alicia Keys. If any celebrity inspired cornrows in the early 2000s, guys, it had to be Alicia Keys. Remember how she rocked different cornrows to concerts, events, and even her music videos? Oh yeah. Thanks to her, many schoolgirls and adults named their hairstyles, especially the zigzag cornrow, after her. This one is very, very true. Alicia Keys had these. She'll now even put beads sometimes or some sort of... And it was a good example at the time when everybody was doing permed hair and all that.
Yes.
And she really repped the roots with that one. So it was good.
All right, number 3 on our list is Anita Baker. The singer set an evergreen trend with his haircut, as most ladies have probably rocked it at one point in their lives. Over the years, this hairstyle has evolved into other variations, but there's no denying that Anita Baker is the original source of this inspiration.
So,
She's the name of a musician. That's the whole idea that we're telling people.
Yes.
Like, these people are actually musicians. Like, It's not that the hairstyle just came.
What do you want to do? Anita
But
Baker.
people still have this style, Anita
enough.
Baker,
Yeah.
and it suits a lot
Yes,
of
it
people.
does,
Like
it
it
does.
suits a lot of people.
It does.
If you think that you can't rock the very short hair, I mean the one they call low cut.
Yes.
I mean just
It's a safer bet. It's true. It's a
Yeah,
safer
I
option
think
because
so.
you still have some hair on there. Unlike if you're scared of what your skull looks like.
all
If
right.
you have
now.
a go.
It's always just beautiful. So let's talk about this one, Evelyn King. So Evelyn King is another celebrity who has inspired a lot of schoolgirls out there with our hairstyle. The hairstyle is still rocks by many, right now, and then by many little girls still date.
I think this one kills me because what they did with it, I mean, it was like a partitioning of cornrows, of woven hair into the style of the way that she packed her hair. It was like it's better one.
But the one, babe.
And to now think that it's like schoolgirl stuff,
Yeah,
not like, adults. and
Adult
they're
too,
doing-
she is, right? All right, guys, moving on to our final hairstyle, inspired by a celebrity or musician, if you want to call it that. James Brown, the artist's fabulous straightened and curled hair, was a major inspiration for those who loved washing and setting, the way we used to call it. And of course, he's on our
Yeah,
he's
and
on
I
our
just said
wall.
this.
Yes, look at James Brown.
Snoop Dogg walking
Lion.
this.
Oh my
Did-
God, Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion did it, but the original is James Brown with the washing and setting.
And you know that
James
time
Brown.
when you did it, you would use hairnet,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because if you don't use the proper hairnet, it will just scatter before then they'll not pick it the next day, right? And then
Honey, yes. You are bringing back major pictures into my mind. And obviously, like, there's an age for washing and setting. Like, you can't be young and be trying. No, fam.
Are you child of the world? Like
you
you're
have to
small?
be an
You're doing what
adult.
adults are
because you
doing?
will perm the hair
You have
first.
to at least be
Yes,
in your 20s.
relax it. Perm. It was called perming.
So I'll be doing all back and I'll be watching adults do.
When will I get to this level? When will I
But
get to
guess
this
what?
level?
It was there that we now started noticing. No, it's a side pattern that fits it. So you can do this. No, center pattern fits me more. So
Oh my goodness. All right, guys, it's time for Where Are They Now? So take a look at this to find out which popular Nigerian artist we are talking about today.
using that. Okay, all right. it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking of the outfits. Did you see the Shine Shine outfits?
Did
I'm
you
sorry.
see so many things? The video before that, the new edition video, my goodness.
Bobby Brown.
Did you see Bobby Brown?
What was on his head at the back? Like everything else was low, and then
That was swag,
almost
though.
like mullets. You
That
know,
was
they
swag,
have business
yeah.
in the front, party in the back. Like what?
That
And
was
you know there
swag.
is
Bobby
no
Brown
how-
looked like a scrap in the words of OJ.
You know how you play old school songs
Yeah.
and then it brings memories and then it gets you talking
Yeah,
about different things. It can even remind you of maybe a certain perfume you used to use at
Yes.
some point, a car or
Yes.
something. Like it just brings a
Yeah,
lot
it does,
of memories.
I agree with that. I
And
agree
of
with
course,
that.
from that new edition video, I was seeing some of what they were wearing. That's what people rock these days. So talking about fashion, they rock all of these things,
You see how
and now
people
they're
went
back.
neon?
Yeah.
All through from
Shiny.
head to
Colors were
toe.
a
Shiny,
thing back
shiny.
then, a huge thing.
Yeah.
Evolving fashion.
Okay, once again, a special posthumous birthday shout out goes to the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, who would have been 61 today. Yes, take a look at this as we celebrate his legacy, even in his death.
The life of Michael Jackson. Known as the King of Pop, Michael Joseph Jackson was born on August 29, 1958 in Gary, Indiana. He was the seventh of 9 children. Michael's mother, Katherine Jackson, was a homemaker who wanted to be a country singer, while his father, Joseph Jackson, was a guitarist, but he put aside his musical aspiration to provide for his family. In other words, both his parents gave up their dreams in music so they could support their family.
This is for the children of the world.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love.
Michael's career began in 1964 when he joined his siblings, the Jackson 5, at the age of 6. He then began sharing lead vocals with Jermaine, and they played at local gigs, clubs and cocktail lounges, local auditoriums and high school dances, where they built a strong following.
Calm down.
It's It comes with.
It comes with.
Yeah, the song. So I can't do that on a normal day.
Okay, so
yeah.
Evelyn King, OJ.
Evelyn
Collaborate. King, OJ. Evelyn King, OJ.
Collect!
So the issue is when you repeat it 10 times. You dropped a punchline one time. She now kept saying, so we enter, we got it.
Is it your name?
We almost gave you a compliment for that punchline. Now it's
No, the compliment still stays.
I want to stay because it's your name they're using.
Yeah. Anyways, crazy show. I liked up today's show as to be the posthumous package that we did for Michael Jackson.
But you almost cried, guys.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I miss Michael Jackson.
Yeah, of course.
Because shout out to my dad though, we had that cassette in those days, so I was always listening to Michael Jackson, and it was one of the musicians that I said I would really love to see him perform live. And I think if there's any musician that I will cry watching performing, had to be Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because I was going to ask that.
Had to be
Would
Michael
you have
Jackson.
cried? Because he said you almost cried when, you cried
I
rather
did
when he passed.
yeah, because of the situation. I was in a particular situation in the hospital, and then the news of Michael Jackson's death. So it really touched me. Yeah, it really touched me. And
That's true.
Anyway, let's just move on.
So that is your own high point. So, well, yes, it was my high point too, and I loved every aspect of the show. I know that anytime it is old school, like just count me in. Yeah. There is this vibe about it that is just so wonderful. Like that's our daily top 5, talking about hairstyles and just everything. And then our guest Waje was so amazing, I must say. And well, you have always thought that you're never starstruck, right? Yeah. But I tell you what, there are certain people like you'd not even believe yourself. I told you now, like. But then I'll not go.
For is from gangster.
No, so
I'd get.
Wait now. Let me break this down properly. So I do get starstruck. I just don't understand crying. Wow. That's the one thing. So I don't know that I would have cried seeing somebody in concert.
So I think that some people, because they can't scream, they can't shout, they can't really express themselves the way they want to express. So they'll just.
I will not shout.
That said, I saw Coldplay in concert and I was the only person screaming like a crazy person. People around me were like, "Fam, calm down, black girl." But I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I love you, Chris Martin." So I get excited. It doesn't happen often. You know that, Onipo. It doesn't happen often, but it happens for some people. I don't know about tears still, but go away.
Oh please.
But I love
a surprise party for Ladele and she not cry.
Nope.
I'd gay.
Nope.
Okay, maybe baby.
Oh wow. Baby shower.
Baby shower.
I know. I will not cry. But I liked them. I really liked Waje's singing because you know sometimes they're like, you're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
She did it and it was absolutely yummy, fantastic. Guys, it sounds true in real life the way it does inside video. All right, guys, it's time for us to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm so excited. Every Thursday is lit. Of course, every day of the week is lit, but Thursdays are extra special to us because, you know, we get to throw it back and travel back in time. Before we go though, guys, remember, of course, that tomorrow is Friday. I'm sure you're already looking forward to it. Now, don't forget to send in your selfie requests to us. You still have a chance to do so before tomorrow. Upload your selfie request and be sure to incorporate Pepsi in a very creative way. Do a selfie in the most creative way possible, and you might just win a ticket to go see Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, a couple of people won last week. Honeypot gave an extra ticket. Yeah.
Based on
who you be. So remember to tag TVC and Pepsi so we can actually see it. And of course, that's the only way you stand a chance. You can go on our Instagram page, yes, at TVC Connect, to find out more about this. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, you guys are the best. My name is Foladele. Until we see tomorrow. Yes, so Kalisi. Kalisi Bay, not Kerosene Week Bay.
Kerosene.
Not Kerosene Week Bay. Kalisi Bay.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, my name is OJ. Be at peace with yourself, and we'll definitely see you guys tomorrow.
My name is Honeypot. Thank you so much for watching. Always, thank you.
Honeypot, dear.
Honeypot, dear. That's my highlight of today. Actually, that's dear.